Okie dokie, this is going rather well. This is take two of my second video ever on YouTube, and I'm forced to have take two because I just didn't plug into the microphone all the way through. And yeah, this is me, take two. Sorry for an overly long introduction. Anyway, my name's Philip, and I'm an expat living in Sweden. Have been living here for 10 years now. And on this channel, I will focus on talking about my sort of journey moving here to Sweden and what my life has been like. But also, I will focus a lot on something that is very close to my heart and I'm very passionate about, which is personal development, bettering yourself in every possible way. And finally, I will talk also on minimalism, again, my own personal journey from being very frugal to being extremely sort of extravagant with spending, and finally arriving at being very minimalistic with conspicuous consumption and so on. But in today's video, I will focus on something that is I think very relevant now, because we are nearing the end of year 2024, which is New Year's resolutions, quite a big one, I suppose. And in this video, I will talk about 3 tips from my perspective that hopefully will make New Year's resolutions a bit less daunting. So let's jump right into it. So the first tip is to make it specific, because New Year's resolution is just like not really just like any other goal. Even the fact that it's a New Year's resolution makes it a bit sort of specific in a way, but also a bit more serious, hopefully. And but again, going back to tip number 1, make it specific, and also don't make it too overwhelming. So I will I will use as an example my New Year's resolution for 2025 that I will begin with starting tomorrow on New Year's Eve, actually. And it will be I want to start reading, and I will start reading 10 minutes every day after brushing my teeth and before going to bed. So you see a very specific window over there, and also specific with time, 10 minutes, and also not too overwhelming. You could use going to the gym as an example as well. For example, going to the gym just for 10 minutes or 15, not longer than that, just doing one exercise for a week and going perhaps 3 times a week. So that's it. That's the first one, and coincidentally, this is my own New Year's resolution again. Starting to read for pleasure, an actual book. And right, number 2, write it down. There's plenty of research on why sort of writing things down stick to our mind better. So, and it's important to write with your hand, not typing, because it's brain reacts to it also differently, and the motor skills of the brain, and also while you're writing, think about it actively, so it will stick even more. And again, using my own example, I will write it on a piece of paper, big letters, and I will stick it to the mirror in the bathroom. Then it'll be definitely in my face, figuratively, and sort of literally as well. And so it will be sort of very difficult for me not to see it and not to react because of it. So and again, after I brush my teeth and I have been exposed to this not subliminal but direct message of read a book 10 minutes, remember to read a book for 10 minutes when you go to bed, and I will have my book also waiting for me next to my bed, so I can read it, right? There will be almost no excuse not to do it. And again, 10 minutes feels like not a biggie, right, to begin with, to start building a habit. That's what we are aiming at, because we're introducing a new behavior, new habit, and for adult people it's almost sort of unnatural to start new things, right? Because we feel safe in our comfort zones and comfortable. So comfortable groove, if you like. There's a nice phrase for it. Oh my goodness. Right, this will stay in, right? Because that's another thing about my videos. I want them to feel sort of raw and as though you were listening to me live. That's why they're not edited. Anyway, writing it down so it stick. And also, just one thing I want to mention about the placement of the message, right? It's a part of sort of designing your environment so that it's conducive to whatever desired change you want to introduce into your life, or a good habit, right? I will talk in another video sort of more about it, but this is important to design your environment specifically in order to make it easier for again your desired new behavior to take place and sort of stick. So this is very important to sort of remove the friction, right? You can do the same with the gym. Always prepare maybe clothes and shoes and so on, your equipment, and place it sort of in the hall, right? So that you can almost tumble over it. So again, designing the environment is pretty important. Number 3, it's well, increase whatever you're doing. It depends a bit on what your specific New Year's resolution is, but again, using my example with reading, I will increase the reading time by 5 minutes every week. So not every day and not like by 20 minutes, just 5 minutes. Again, seems doable, and I sort of have almost no excuse not to do it. And by the time, I suppose, by week 10, right? So I will have started reading for around an hour. And I won't want to sort of exceed this time, and but we'll see what happens then. But the most important thing is that to know that after 3 weeks, a lot of science says that it requires 3 weeks for a habit to form, for a new habit to form. So by week 10, I will have, well, hopefully the new habit will have built, right? Which is great. And again, I'd say that have one New Year's resolution, not 2, not 3, unless they're sort of linked to each other in some sort of way that they will complement each other and make it easy, sort of the whole journey. But it makes it a bit too complicated, I think. I'm a fan of simplicity. Make everything as simple as possible, but not simpler, as Einstein used to say, probably. Right? Yeah, it was Einstein. At least I read it was him. And finally, this is a bonus thing, a tip, except for those 3 main ones. I think it's important to sort of, once you've arrived at a new habit and it's formed, it's important to celebrate, right? Because you want to have a positive reinforcement of the new behavior, so it will stick forever. I mean, as long as possible, as long as sort of, it sort of benefits you. And reading, I believe, is beneficial, as well as going to the gym or movement of any sort, going for walks in the forest and so forth. So again, celebrate it. Again, using my reading book as an example, I'd say maybe I will celebrate by borrowing a new book from the library. Probably I will need one by week 10, and or perhaps earlier, depending on what book I'm choosing and how fast I'm reading, right? So we'll see. Or I will celebrate by going to the cafe and reading over there by, after 10 weeks, and so it feels like like something nice to do, right? To again, to reinforce the positive behavior. Right. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you find it useful in any way. Hopefully it can help you, and I will talk much more in depth about making a conducive environment to achieving goals and so on in different videos. So that's it for today. If you liked it, please do like it here on YouTube, the video, and subscribe if you believe that this sort of content will be to your liking too. There will be plenty of it, and yeah, thank you so much for your precious time, you know, the most precious of commodities. Bye.